Hiya.
Hi Maya, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. What's going on with you today?
I am fine today and I asked some question from you.
Oh, nice. What were you curious about?
The topic is the science behind happiness, how to cultivate joy.
Ooh, good topic. So, when you say cultivate, are you thinking like practical things you can actually do, or more like understanding the biology of happiness, or both?
How do scientists define happiness?
Scientists actually don't agree on one single definition of happiness, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. There's this sense of it being subjective well-being, basically, how you evaluate your own life. Then there's hedonic well-being, which is more about feeling good and avoiding pain in the moment. And finally, eudaimonic well-being, that's finding meaning and purpose. Research suggests all three matter, but I think what scientists are increasingly saying is that meaning is the key to lasting joy. Pleasure fades, but purpose sticks around.
Is happiness the same as pleasure or contentment?
Nope, they're pretty distinct. Pleasure is that immediate sensory thing, chocolate, sunshine, that first sip of coffee. Contentment is more stable, that calm feeling when things are just right. But true happiness, the kind researchers study, pulls in a few more layers. It's less about constant good vibes and more about feeling fulfilled and satisfied with your life as a whole. Pleasure's nice, contentment's cozy, but that deeper happiness requires effort and meaning. Do you find those distinctions resonate with your own experience?
Can happiness be measured scientifically?
Yeah, surprisingly well, actually. Not through like brain scans or something dramatic, but through self reporting mostly. They use questionnaires that score things like life satisfaction, positive, negative emotions, and sense of purpose. Stuff like the satisfaction with life scale, or PANAS for positive and negative affect. Scientists also look at things like cortisol levels in your saliva, which can tell you about your stress responses, or maybe measure activity in certain brain areas with fMRI, though, that's more for understanding where happiness feelings originate than really measuring happiness levels on a scale. It's not perfect since it relies on people being honest about how they feel, but gives us something concrete to work with.
What are the main factors that influence happens?
So many, but I'll try to keep it tight. Some huge players are your genetics. Up to 50% of your happiness predisposition is inherited. Relationships matter massively. Strong social connections beat money and career pretty consistently in long term well being studies. Purpose, having goals that align with your values, that's huge for the meaning piece. And then lifestyle stuff like regular exercise, gratitude practices, being in flow states where you're completely absorbed in something you love, and just simple stuff like spending time in nature. There's a surprising amount within your control, even with that genetic component. What's your take? What feels true for you in terms of the happiness equation?
What are the main factors? Sorry, uh, how much of our happiness is genetic based environment?
Oh, no worries. Sometimes I talk fast. I said genetics account for around 50%. The latest twin studies put it in that ballpark. That basically means about half of your happiness predisposition is baked in. Think temperament, reactivity to stress, your baseline optimism. But here's the interesting part: genetic predisposition doesn't equal fate. That means 50% is still up to you through your experiences, choices, relationships, and the way you manage your mind. It's like having a natural inclination towards something. It'll feel easier, but you still have to work at it. Does that make sense?
What role does mindset play in happiness?
A massive role, honestly. Probably the biggest lever you have control over after genetics. Research consistently shows that people who cultivate certain mindsets tend to be happier, no matter their circumstances. Optimism, for example, genuinely believing things will work out, tends to create a self fulfilling prophecy. Gratitude practices physically change your brain over time. Mindfulness helps you deal with stress by teaching you to notice it without getting swallowed by it. What Carol Dweck calls a growth mindset, believing your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, creates resilience that helps happiness survive even rough times. So, yeah, mindset isn't some woo woo thing. It literally rewires your brain towards more joy.
How does positive thinking affect the brain?
It's pretty cool, actually. Positive thinking physically changes your brain. Studies show gratitude practices increase activity in the medial prefrontal cortex, which is associated with social cognition and moral reasoning. It's basically the feel good part of your brain. Optimism activates the amygdala and hippocampus in ways that improve emotional regulation and memory. Basically, your brain literally changes, building stronger neural pathways for positive emotions, making you more resilient and less reactive to negativity. It's like exercising. The more you practice positive thoughts, the stronger those pathways become.
Can gratitude actually make us happier?
Yeah. There's actually a two-way relationship there. Gratitude really does make us happier, but it's not just think happy thoughts and you'll be happy. The research shows practicing gratitude actually builds pathways in your brain related to reward and social bonding. It's like your brain literally gets hooked on recognizing good things. So you become more attuned to positivity and less focused on what's missing. And I've heard that it can even rewire your brain over time to naturally prioritize the good stuff more. Pretty powerful stuff for something as simple as writing down a few things you're grateful for each day.
How important is self compassion for joy?
I think you asked about self-care for joy. It's huge, honestly. We treat it like this like fluffy buzzword, but it's the base of everything else. If your nervous system is constantly stressed and depleted, it's way harder to appreciate anything, let alone find lasting happiness. Sleep, exercise, nutrition, setting boundaries. It's not about bubble baths and spa days, though those can help. It's about respecting your needs as a human being and building resilience into your system. Your nervous system can only produce joy when it isn't being used to manage consistent stress. That makes sense?
Can exercise improve our mood?
Definitely. Exercise is like a wonder drug. Physically, it releases endorphins, which have mood boosting effects. It also helps lower cortisol levels so you feel less stressed. And it improves sleep, which has a massive impact on well being. More than just chemistry, movement also gives you a sense of accomplishment, helps you focus, and gets you out of your head. Even a 20-minute walk can make a noticeable difference in your mood. So, yeah, exercise isn't just good for your body, it's good for your brain too.
Thank you, Maya, and
You're
see
very
you
welcome.
later. See you later.
See you
Okay.
later. Catch you later.